The UK is spoken, and drag story times, Shantae, you stay. A new poll has shown that 62% of Brits don't support the drag show bans that are sweeping the US, including recently in Tennessee. These bans include cracking down on drag shows in public spaces or drag story time events. But what is drag story time, and what does it mean to the performers who do it?
Hello, I'm Adam All.
And I'm Apple Derrieres.
We've been doing drag together for about 10 years.
Yes, and we love it, and we're here to talk to you all about drag story time. Controversial!
Drag to us is a performance of gender. It's a performance using costume and wigs and music and fun and songs and things like that.
And drag can have many different genres, so while some drag can be racy and sexy, some drag can be very silly, some drag can be circus, some drag can be stand-up. Drag within itself has evolved into an incredibly broad and diverse genre.
So what's the tea with Brits' mindsets?
I think that UK audiences are more familiar with drag that they would see on TV or drag that you would see in pantos and stuff like that, that kind of pantomime dame stuff. And I think that it's only 62%. That's not all of them.
There's still a lot of people that don't think drag, that I guess think drag bans would be a good thing, and that's really, really problematic. I think we shouldn't. I don't think we should relax. I don't think we should feel safe. I think we should stand together with our comrades in the United States, and I think we should be worried. I think we're going back in time. I think we used to champion Mrs. Doubtfire. I mean, that was one of the most popular films in all time, and now Americans are saying that drag is bad. I mean, there's so much drag. Some drag isn't right for children, but there's lots of drag that's absolutely perfect.
Politicians in the US have been targeting drag performers across states such as Arizona, Arkansas, Iowa, Idaho, Kansas, Kentucky, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, North Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, and West Virginia, with bills banning public performances. The new laws prohibit male or female impersonators who provide entertainment that appeals to a prurient interest.
How dare you?
Supporters of the bans question if young children should have exposure to individuals who defy traditional gender patterns.
We would say to any parent that's concerned about it, I would say it's reading stories and singing songs. There's nothing different in what we're doing, particularly, to any other kids entertainer or story time, apart from that we sometimes use books that talk about different kinds of families, and we sometimes talk about there's Introducing Teddy, which is a lovely book about a teddy that wants to be called
Tilly, not Teddy.
Tilly, not Teddy.
What would you say to those that argue that drag is inappropriate or offensive? I mean, some drag can possibly be inappropriate or offensive depending who you are, what you like, and what time of day it is.
According to GLAAD, social media has played an integral part in leading up to these law changes in the US, with accounts like Libs of TikTok often misrepresenting what drag events are, leading to protests. But what is the social media sphere like for a UK performer?
Social media is a funny one because it's something we have to use for work. It's part of how we function and how we advertise the work that we're doing, as well as share with people the fun stuff that we get up to. So social media is a tool that we use. It's a tool that we try not to use.
But I think it's something you've got to be incredibly careful with, and I think actually parents especially ought to be most concerned about social media and online presence. I think that it's a bit of a strange world out there, and of course that's where we're really seeing a lot of the trolling going on and stuff like that. So
what can the UK government learn from what's happening across the pond?
I think that it's incredibly important that now more than ever perhaps that the government continues to support diversity, and in doing that I think we need to see more drag. We need to see more queer people. We need to see more queer people in Parliament. We need to see more queer people fronting campaigns. We need our voices heard and we need to be seen. So I think we can always do more. Let's go further. Let's dream big and aim. Let's go for it.
Because really, why are we frightened of costumes? Seems a bit odd, doesn't it?
We all wear costumes, to be honest, don't we? The media can start including drag kings. Drag other than RuPaul's Drag Race. We love our RuPaul's Drag Race friends and pals. But there's a big, broad world out there in the drag kind of community, and I think we need to see more variety.
And what are some of the positives of drag story time?
I would say though that as a closing note that I think drag story time is incredibly important.
I had that when I was a kid, to see people wearing the clothes that make them happy and having fun inside their lives and being whoever they are would have made a huge difference to me. And actually I didn't have anything like that, and it's a real pleasure for me now to be able to give that to young kids coming up now, that they can see that they are who they are.
It's wonderful, and we're all there together, and it's gentle, it's inclusive, it's about normalising queer families and queer lives, and that's really important.
I think it's very important, yeah.
Would you go to a drag story time?